What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only use me, bud.
This is the BadKidCast, the audio cast that you listen to
while you game.
We're available on iTunes, Android, and right here on...
YouTube.
Today's episode of the BadKidCast is brought to you by Ting. So what you guys want to do is you want to go to bks.ting.com. And what this is a cell phone service that works on the Sprint backbone, and you save a bunch of money.
When you go to the website, through our link, go ahead and click on the savings calculator and just enter in your information real quick, and it'll tell you how much you can save on your internet bill. Not your internet, but like your phone, your data, all that stuff.
I know. When I started using Ting, I'm saving roughly about $20 a month.
Okay.
So if you do the math on that, that's like $240. How many games can you buy with that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's actually crazy how much we spend on our cell phone bills. So if you're trying to save a couple bucks, definitely go there.
I'm really excited about this sponsor. This is the same sponsor as Joe Rogan.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
We have the same sponsor, Ting. I love you, Ting. So go check them out. Moving on to our next sponsor.
Ting is actually an official sponsor of the show, so we're going to let you know about it each and every show because it's actually pretty awesome. So,
we're also sponsored by... Does that say Instagram? I love you! We are sponsored by our first ever Instagram sponsor.
Not a YouTube, not a website, not a casino.
Urban Los Angeles
An Instagrammer.
is a Instagrammer who photographs the downtown of the LA area. All he uses is an iPhone, but he still takes pretty awesome photos. So if you're into the whole city scene, be sure to check out his Instagram. His Instagram is instagram.com/Urban Los Angeles.
All the links to our sponsors are going to be in the description. That's actually kind of cool, dude.
I want to fucking check that out.
That is actually kind of cool because like some of the Instagram people, they just find cool things in the world to take pictures of, and that's pretty neat.
Love that, dude. That's cool. This has been also brought to you by Mr. KMA 89. That's MRKMA 89 for you people listening on the iTunes. His channel really focuses on Grand Theft Auto 5, from glitches to gameplay, among with some real life IRL pranks and challenges. Be sure to check out his stuff. I think you'll really enjoy some of the videos that he has on his channel.
I'm actually more interested in GTA 5 channels than I am in COD channels.
I know, me too. I think the whole world is. Our third sponsor is coming to you from youtube.com/Smoke5216. Smoke5216, a.k.a. Speed. What does that say? Matrick?
Matusik
is a daily uploader and a live streamer. His channel has a variety of Call of Duty videos, ranging from tutorials, competitive games, and awesome pub stomping. Really? You're into GTA now? Now I really want to check out him. He's even had his own series based on his new competitive team. Oh, he's in esports.
That's the new thing, man. It's a competitive thing.
His competitive team is called Team Speed. He's a YouTuber that's very interactive with his subs. Go check him out. All the links to all of our sponsors will be in the description. And, we have one more sponsor real quick. Vindictive Gaming HQ. Vindictive Gaming HQ is a channel that focuses on Call of Duty and Minecraft, and he specializes in creativity and massive builds on the Xbox 360.
So from what I understand, like with Minecraft, there's the PC Minecrafts and there's the Xbox 360 Minecraft.
This dude's playing 360, and here's what: when you see something amazing on like the PC version, it could be built anyways. There's all kinds of shortcuts and mods and stuff like that. But when you see an amazing build on the Xbox 360, you know that dude's just been sitting there like working his ass off. There's no shortcuts of that. So, yeah, if you're into amazing Minecraft builds, especially on the Xbox 360, go check out Vindictive Gaming HQ. All the links to all of our sponsors in the description. Yeah, we got Boogie here.
Boogie
Coming up next. Ladies and gentlemen, Boogie, what's up, man?
Hey, man, how you doing tonight?
Good. Now, right before we started the show, you said you were working on some project. You just came from some awesome project that you're doing.
Oh, well, no, not doing that. I was watching a YouTube star by the name of Bo Burnham. Are you familiar with him at all?
No.
He did the Clan Cookout song.
Right, yeah. He did all kinds of, like, really cutting-edge offensive humor stuff, YouTube videos that went viral back in 2006, I think is when he started making videos. They started getting really popular in 2008, 2009. He got signed by Comedy Central at a really young age.
Didn't he have a Netflix special as well?
Right, he ended up doing the Netflix thing. Well, this latest one that he just did showed up on... he gave it away for free on YouTube, gave it to Netflix, I think, for free, or kind of a really good deal on it. And so if you want to watch it right now, youtube.com/Bo Burnham, you can watch it live for free right here on YouTube.
I'm surprised you don't know.
Is this the guy that has the Hawaiian shirt that sings the rap or something?
Oh, no. This guy, he pretty much is always wearing like a white T-shirt and a pair of jeans. It's pretty much pretty much the only thing he ever wears.
I'm gonna have to check him out in the break.
I'm surprised you don't know Bo Burnham, bro.
I probably do, but I just can't think of it. You know?
Yeah, trust me. If you've seen YouTube, you've seen Bo Burnham. You know who he is. You're just spacing on him.
Yeah,
but he's phenomenal. The special that he did tonight is very, I don't know. It's kind of meta and really like kind of arty. But I loved it because of that, because it's not like anything you've ever seen. It's not like his like original sketches and stuff, which are just kind of pretty amusing. I mean, it's out there. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. But everybody
it's really funny. A buddy of mine was really pumped up to see the movie Hall Pass. And the only reason why he wanted to see Hall Pass because he found out that Bo Burnham was in it. And then Bo Burnham all he did in Hall Pass was play a bartender for like 5 seconds. And he was like, what? That's it? Fuck Owen Wilson. I'm out of here.
So we tried to have you on last night, and your internet like went to crap. What's going on with that?
I live right near the University of Arkansas. You know, Cox Communications is my cable provider, and I've been with them for about 16, 17 years, somewhere along that lines. And they were the first ones to bring high-speed internet to my table. So I've been very eager to work with them. But for some reason, over the past year, I don't know if it's growing pains or I don't know what it is, but they go down here near the university at least once a week.
Well, what I fucking hate about internet service providers is like, okay, so the key time where everyone's on the internet is like from like 5 to 11, right?
Right.
So during that time, your internet that you pay for dips a little bit. And it's like, I'm not paying so that my neighbor could download stuff faster. I'm paying so I could download stuff faster.
Well, the worst thing is for us, you know, we're usually up late, right? And if they have to take it down to test something, it's always during our workspace.
Yeah.
You know? And it's funny, I've always been nocturnal. Like when I was a kid, you know, summer vacation, by the end of summer vacation, I'm waking up at 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to bed at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. My dad was always nocturnal. He did coal mining, and he worked night owl shift, you know, when he's a coal miner. So I don't know if it runs in the blood or what, but because of that and because of internet speeds at the beginning being faster at night, I actually got to where I sleep days and work nights, and it just needs my natural mode. So then I'll set down to a night's worth of work and get ready to stream on Twitch. I'll get ready to start creating a YouTube video and uploading it, and bam, internet's gone. And I can't do anything anymore because like PlayStation 4, okay, thankfully PlayStation 4 is offline, so I can play whatever I want to PlayStation 4 offline. But Xbox One is not an always-on device, but in order to get your achievements, it has to be online. So I can't even go play my Xbox One because so the internet's down, so I can't use my PC for anything. I can't use my Xbox One. Thank God for my PlayStation 4, because otherwise I have nothing to fucking do except sit in the dark and cry and contemplate how fat and lonely I am.
Major Nelson went to your house. Do you know about this?
No.
Yeah.
Major Nelson went to his house, was at his house, like, trying to push the Xbox One before it came out. How did that all happen?
Well, as you guys know, I was one of their biggest critics after E3, and I was very angry about some of their policies. I loved some of the ideas that they had, like family sharing and stuff like that, and I love the Steam business model of digital downloads for games and stuff.
Right.
But the reason I love Steam is because the games are cheaper. Like most Ubisoft titles are $10 cheaper when you get the digital version. And then there's all those awesome Steam sales. There's the weekly deals, the daily deals, stuff like that. So one of the reasons I love Steam is because I'm not getting a physical copy of the game, but it's cheaper. So, when they launch with all this DRM bullshit, I was very, very vocal about the box probably sucking. And so they wrote me and said, we'd love to come give you a demo of the Xbox One and give you and the wife a wedding gift and let you experience it. I'm like, I've already got a pre-order in. They're like, no, we want to do this for you. We feel it's important. We think we can change your mind once you get a full demo by the hands of Major Nelson. And so he hopped on a plane and he brought a couple of people with him and they sat down and they showed us all the features of the Xbox One. Some of the features I love, some of the features I hate. I like the live TV stuff. I don't really use. My wife does use the cable box controller stuff. Like that's not really for me, but my wife loves it, man. She's a
funny thing that happened with the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 when they were doing a reveal. I don't know if which event. I think this might have been E3, but when they revealed it, there was no wheelchair access to the event, like to the floor where they had the Xbox One and the PS4.
Really?
Listen to this. So when that happened, all these people were like, "We want to see this," and PS4 was like, "We feel really bad that you're not able to like, you came to E3 to check this out and you can't do it." So Sony gave them PlayStation 4s, like a ticket saying, "Hey, here's PlayStation 4s." When they went to Xbox, Xbox was like, "Sorry."
Like I don't want to preach. I whenever I get on these shows and stuff, I preach a lot. So I'm going to preach a little bit now. And I don't
That's
want
why
to
we brought you on here
too much. But like this consumer war, this console war has been one of the bloodiest things I've ever seen. And I was alive for the Sega does, Nintendo don't era when they were like publishing those articles about each other, just shitting in each other's mouths on like a daily basis. Sorry if your users are not used to hear stuff like that, but I mean it was a bloody battle.
This is the Bad Kid show. We just say whatever.
I was around for Coke and Pepsi trying to kill each other in the 80s. I mean, I've been around for all of this stuff. This console war has been one of the bloodiest marketing things I've ever seen in the world. But you know what happens when two companies go to war like that? The consumers win. You and I win. Right. We win. You know, and so I've seen, not just here in my home with Major Nelson coming and PlayStation flying me out there, which is I'm so grateful for both of them for doing that. But not only that, but everyone won because we got the right policies in place. We got some of the best games coming out. We got good price points. We got so much stuff. And, it's funny. I'm a primary PC gamer, and everybody knows that about me. I prefer to game on the PC, but I like having the consoles in there to go and relax on. But I think they had this vision for very restrictive consoles, and now they're way more open than they were going to be. And as we continue to fight them on this stuff like MP3 support and media serving and stuff like that, I think it's going to get more and more and more open as we voice our opinion. And I'm glad that I get to be a small part of voicing that opinion, because when Sid Schumann was in my house and when Larry was here in my house, Major Nelson, when these people, these representatives were there when I was in New York, and I'm talking to Yoshida, I stressed exactly how important that stuff is to us, and hopefully we'll make a difference. I don't know.
You know what might have a major impact on this whole console war thing, because there's always like a console war, but there's never like really a winner except for the consumer.
Yeah.
I really wish I had more information on this, but basically, Apple bought the Kinect. Long story short,
they bought the Kinect or bought the rights to use the technology.
I think they bought the rights to the Kinect.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. That's what. And so, I seen a video, and it was from Multi Kills HD, where he was like basically saying that they're going to get into the console game. Do you honestly think that's going to happen?
No, I don't. No.
What do you know anything? You're a PC gamer. Do you know anything about the Steam box?
Oh no, everything about it. Basically, what they've done is, and this is, I'll tell you the legend of it. It was like, oh, this is the mount, climb the mountain. But Gabe Newell took one look at Windows 8.1 and said, "This is bad for gaming. We need to fix this shit." And I think he saw that maybe not necessarily that it was bad for gaming, but it might be bad for Steam and his company. I don't really know, but at the end of the day, he decided he's always been a fan of Linux. So he's backed Linux. Linux. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that.
Right.
How are you supposed to pronounce it? Linux. Okay. So he decided to build
on that.
I think it is Linux. Yeah.
First thing they did is they redesigned Steam in a way called the Big Picture that allows you to pretty much navigate it with a controller, and then focused on games that you could play with a controller, so that if you wanted to set up a PC with Steam in your living room, you could do it. And then to try to bypass Windows altogether, they've created a Linux version called Steam OS that you can install on any computer you have at home, and it will play all of the games that are Linux compatible on Steam. You'd be surprising. It's a huge list. And then the box is just the consumer end to that for people who don't know enough to build their own PC or aren't trustworthy of buying a PC off the shelf. This is your opportunity for $500, or even some, depending if you go for a more deluxe model, to get a box that comes installed Steam OS right on it, so you can get right into playing.
So now people get PCs and they're they put thousands of dollars into them to play like high quality stuff. Is the Steam box going to be like offering the same quality, or is it going to be like?
It really depends. If you look at the $500 Steam box that I forget the name of the company, I think it might be iBuyPower that put together. That machine is going to run most of the games that you want pretty well. It's more powerful than the PS4. It's more powerful than the Xbox One, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me on that. Go look it up. But if I remember correctly, the box that they're putting out for $500 is more powerful than either of those boxes. But one of the best parts about the Steam OS is it's modular, so anybody can install it on any PC, and it's free to use, so any company can come up with any variation they want. So you might spend $1,000 and get a PC that's as good as the rig I'm talking to you on right now.
Right. Right. Now, is there a time frame of when the Steam box is coming out? Because I've heard about it, but I haven't heard when it's coming out.
It's in beta right now, the Steam OS. You can download it and install it on a PC if you want. And for those of you who might be interested in doing that, please know it will overwrite your existing OS entirely, so don't do it to your existing PC. But if you've got an old PC laying around or you want to build one for it, you can start beta testing it today. I think they're looking for a third or fourth quarter release this year. I've read that once, but again, that's nothing official. They won't release it until the bugs are worked out and they're ready to release it. But they did release, I think, 300 or 400 test boxes that they shipped to some lucky people who are getting opportunity to perfect the technology now. Hopefully we're seeing it in 2014.
I'm a big fan of like indie games. Like I like buying Xbox Live arcade games and Xbox Live indie games, and I've actually released my own games through indie, and they don't have anything like that on the Xbox One at all. It's just the premium games, and that's it.
One of the reasons that I backed PlayStation as hard as I did is, and I hate to quote this, and I don't want to upset any of your Xbox fans, but for gamers by gamers. That's the code for the PlayStation there, and the PlayStation did a very good job. When I met those guys, everybody there was a gamer. Everybody there is excited to play those games as they were to sell them.
Yeah.
And when I met Xbox One, Larry, I love you very much, but if you're watching this, Larry's a bit of a businessman. He's also a gamer. I follow him on Xbox, and I see that he games almost every single night. But at the same time, he's also a pretty shrewd businessman at the end of the day. He knows how to make money. One of the ways that I think PlayStation showed that they were gamers for gamers that Xbox missed out on this time was by backing the indie developer. Though it's funny, and to Microsoft's credit, every Xbox One can be used as an indie game kit. If you buy a $500 Xbox off the shelf, you can start coding for it by entering a certain code on your Xbox.
Right.
Don't do that, kids at home. It will brick your box. But the PlayStation 4, as far as I know, still requires you to purchase a dev kit, and that dev kit's $2,500. So it looks like, as it is right now, the Xbox One's launch title is bereft of indie titles, and PlayStation 4 has awesome stuff like Contrast and Resogun and Super Motherload, got Doki Doki Universe, all these games that I play, these smaller and more independently designed games, where the Xbox has like Peggle 2 and Killer Instinct.
I just covered a little news story yesterday on Drama Alert. There's been a couple indie developers that have got content IDs on their own games.
Just today, the designer of the game VVVVVV, that little he got copyrighted flagged on a game that he wrote and produced, coded. Then he got copyrighted flag on the trailer for his own video game on his own YouTube channel today. That's how clusterfuck this entire content ID thing is. It's not that the policy's bad, and the policy's really bad.
Yeah.
It's not that it is a much more stringent law that they've clearly decided to back the corporations.
It's a black and white thing when there's gray areas, you know?
Right. There's a huge gray area here, and YouTube gets one of the reasons I'm so pissed off about it. And again, I'm going to preach a little bit here, but one of the reasons I'm so pissed off about this is because when YouTube enforces a policy like this, that is heavy-handed and anti-consumer, and that's what it is. When you and I are consuming their product, where you consuming the internet, this is anti-consumer, and that's why it bothers me. When you take a heavy-handed approach like this and it becomes the norm, the fact that the DMCA law does allow stuff like this, or it can be interpreted in a way that does allow stuff like this, but it's not allowed anyway because of a corporate policy, and corporate policies circumventing law, that's hampering free speech, and that's shitty.
Right.
And free speech is important. One of the guys who tweeted me just a couple of hours ago tweeted and said, "Well, Boogie, I don't need copyrighted material to express my free speech." Yes, you do if you're trying to discuss Mario's latest game on the Nintendo. You absolutely fucking do.
Right.
You have to be able to say Mario. You have to be able to say Nintendo. If there's a bug in the game, you need to be able to show a screenshot. You abso-fucking-lutely, to purposely and express yourself, you have to use copyrighted material. That's why the DMCA law can be interpreted the way that it does. Holy shit, how do you not understand that?
Imagine if YouTube had a reach to go beyond YouTube and just go anywhere, all right? And let's say CNN's doing a story on Mario Brothers, right? And they use some coverage. And then YouTube's like, okay, well, you owe us for all the TV ads for that news coverage. Yeah. I mean, that's basically what's happening. That's what people need to understand.
And plus, I think it'll make it so that there's no actual honest reviews because, like, let's say Nintendo, for example. Okay?
Even before that happened, there were game developers that were abusing this, taking down bad reviews of their games.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to get into. Like, if you give a negative review of something, they'll be like, okay, we'll take that down. But if you give a positive review of it, they're like, okay, we'll leave that up. What the fuck?
We'll leave it up, but we're going to take the money for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly one of the biggest problems that I have with all of this, is that you take somebody like Angry Joe. And by the way, for those of you who think, well, Boogie's just trying to defend himself. He's just trying to defend his job. He's just the guy who's trying to watch his own bucks. I'm completely unaffected by this because I've never been networked. And because I've never been networked, I've never even thought about dabbling in copyrighted material. The only time I've ever done a gameplay or used copyrighted material is when I had an email, written expression, absolutely, you may use these exact assets, so that if there was ever a problem, I could take it directly to YouTube.
Right.
And so I've never, ever even dabbled in this stuff. This isn't about me in that it protects my job. It's not that I infringe copyright for a living. It's about the fact that I want to stand up for our fucking rights here, for God's sakes. Like, that's why I'm so involved. At the end of the day, I stand to profit from this. Less people watching game players, more people watching me. If I was self-centered, I'd shut the fuck up. But, and I hate to toot my own horn, but at the end of the day, that's why I'm tweeting about this 400 times a day. It's why I'm writing letters to corporations. It's why I'm screaming about it on my YouTube channel, because this is important, not because it's going to affect my bottom line. It will affect my bottom line positively. I'll make more money because of it. I don't want that money at the price of taking it from everybody else.
I just started watching you again, I would say like a couple months ago. But there was a when I first discovered you, it was like videos that went viral where you're being like Francis and like freaking out and stuff.
Oh yeah, everybody loves that shit. No, God damn it!
And I always thought like this is a hilarious viral video, but I never understood that you were like making videos. You continued to make videos, and you were making videos like every day. And you've had some really great videos, really great videos recently. You've hit on a lot of subjects. I watched the video where you were talking about Google Plus, and oh my God, that was just such a good video. He actually tried to contact YouTube. He's contacting YouTube, trying to talk to them to figure out what's going on. They didn't respond, did they?
Yeah, one of my favorite letters that I've gotten from my YouTube contact. And sorry for selling you out like this if you ever see this, but I wrote him 3 days as the rumors of the copyright debacle started to flow, and we're finally getting an idea of what's about to happen. And the networks are sending out letters out to their members. I wrote my contact at YouTube, and I'm like, hey, man, I really want to know what's going on with this copyright stuff and how I might be affected. And you know what his answer was? I don't know anything about it. You don't know anything about are you kidding me? He says, is there anything official in the creator blog about it yet? No, that's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you as my contact at YouTube to help brother. Well, but at the same time, I also have to remember that I'm lucky to even have a contact at YouTube. You know how many people at YouTube would kill to have someone to just not tell them anything? Like, most people can't even get an email back.
Right.
I'm lucky to be able to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
I wonder how many people they have working at YouTube.
I really don't know.
But
I sometimes wonder if it's a skeleton crew.
Is it like 50 people? Like, seriously? I bet it's like less than 100.
You know when like YouTube was like doing maintenance or whatever, YouTube messes up, it'll give that long page of text, and at the top of it, it'll be like, a team of monkeys is working on it. Why do they think that we find humor in that? Or like, I don't get that. As a consumer of it and as a video maker, why?
I found it hilarious 2 years ago when they were putting out one of the best products in the world, but one of the best products that the world has ever seen. And now we're at a day and age where stuff like that is hearkening on these terrible decisions. Like, for example, at the end of each year, they do a YouTube Rewind. Yeah, I wish you could fucking rewind. YouTube Rewind 2013. Yeah, I wish you could rewind 2013 too, because this is fucked up. Fix this shit. And at the end of the day, I'm always going to love YouTube. I'm always going to love YouTube.
Yeah, people need to understand that.
Give me the opportunity to broadcast myself. I'm so grateful that they gave me the opportunity, because it dramatically changed my life. And I'm so grateful that it changed my life for the positive. Now the decisions that they are making and the policies they're putting in place are not changing lives dramatically positively, but dramatically negatively. And I hope that they understand that. I hope that whoever it is that's at wherever they are, wherever they are, at their home offices making these decisions, you know what? I'm afraid of the copyright monster. I'm afraid that we're going to get joint sued by the MPAA and the RIAA. Well, sir, if we change our policies, it's going to catch gamers right in the middle of it. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't want to get joint.
You know what? I think, honestly, I have always felt this way, that YouTube is embarrassed of gamers. You talk about that YouTube Rewind video. How many gamers were in that? When gamers...
Just PewDiePie, but that you kind of has to be in there, though.
And that's about it.
But the thing is like gaming, remember when the homepage, right before we lost the homepage, gaming was like killing the homepage.
Yeah, but that was a lot of douchebags manipulating the system to get on the front page.
But still, there were more like gaming videos than anything else.
I think the scumbags of gaming make the rest of the gamers look bad. I really do.
That's like that and everything, though, right?
Right.
A lot of people like to hate on PewDiePie. So, and you mentioned PewDiePie, so I think it's a perfect opening. A lot of people.
I wasn't hating on him. I was just saying that he was in the YouTube Rewind. That's all.
Right, of course. But a lot of people like to hate on him. A lot of people in your audience are going to like to hate on him. And I would be the first to tell you, I don't like his content. I don't watch it. It's not enjoyable to me. That said, I love the guy as a businessman. I love the guy as a pioneer. I love him as a new media advocate. I love him for all the shit that he's successfully done. And the reality of it is, he to an extent rode gaming to the top, but he also pushed it there too, to the #1 slot on YouTube. Suck it, everybody else.
Dude, he played my game. I put a game out. It's called Amputee, right? Me and Blade were filming this show, Boogie. We're filming it, and all of a sudden my Twitter just starts going crazy, right?
Yeah.
This dude uploaded a video of him playing my game, and I was freaking out because the #1 guy, most sub dude on YouTube playing my game. But yeah, I also have that same feeling when he hit #1 most subbed. I was proud because, and the same thing with FPS Russia. Are you familiar with him?
Of course.
When he was in the Call of Duty commercial for Black Ops 2, I was proud. I was like, wow, this is one of my peers. Like. That did this.
Yeah, I don't enjoy PewDiePie videos, but I respect the hustle and I respect what he's done.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I don't think throughout his whole career he's ever done like any product placement or any any stuff like that. Or he's never played. From what I heard, that companies have come to him and they're like, I'll give you thousands of dollars to play my game, and he always turns that stuff down. Yeah. I have a lot of respect for that.
Well, I mean, okay, about that though, when you're in PewDiePie's position, then you can, and you're in a comfortable enough position, you can make those choices, no problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's making bank. If
you live in a castle made out of gold and somebody offers you a gold brick, it's pretty easy to turn it down.
Exactly.
But you got to think that's true, and he's maintained that way all the way up. When he only had, like, let's say 500,000 subs.
But here's the thing. In order to sell out, you need to have someone that actually is willing to buy. You know what I mean? Like, I've always said that. So
yeah. And that's one of the things I always get a lot of shit about. You're a fucking sellout. Well, to begin with, neither Microsoft nor PlayStation cut me a fucking check. So you can put that to rest right now. And I'll tell you which is my favorite console, and fuck the other guy, But at the end of the day, am I for sale? Hell yeah, I'm for sale. I'm for fucking sale. You think I do this for free? I do it for money. I want fucking money. I want money to keep the lights on, to keep camera equipment in front of me, to fucking keep a nice PC in front of me. I want to be able to buy video games. I want to pay my fucking rent. I need money to live, and so do you. And the next time you go to work, no matter what you do, whether you're scrubbing toilets at a fucking, at an office building, or whether or not you're the CEO of that office building, you sell your time just the same way I do. We sell our time. That's how this world works. You need money in order to acquire it. The only
people that say that are either people that are jealous or these little kids that don't actually work.
Yeah.
Why is some 13-year-old kid giving me a fucking morality lesson? Like, are you kidding me? I got stains on my couch older than you. Shut up.
I love the whole like go get a real job thing, because it's like, okay,
it's not a job.
I'm 30 years old. Like I grew up on a farm. I worked on a farm. Like I had jobs my whole entire life before I did this and worked for myself. I'm not going to stop working for myself to go have a job. Like
I hate commuting. I hate waking up. Like, this is funny. Okay, yesterday he was like, okay, let's reschedule. Let's do it tomorrow, right? And I'm like, all right, cool. And so he's like shooting out times. And he's like, maybe you want to do like afternoon, like 1 o'clock? I'm like, ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make that commute. I hate commuting, and YouTube allows me to do my job from home. I've worked real jobs, like quote unquote real jobs before, and I enjoyed this much more.
Yo, Blade, I'm curious. Would your e-dick get like twice as big, your e-dick, if Major Nelson called you and he was like, yo, I come into your house and I'm going to try to convince you to get this Xbox One? Because when I saw that video, I was just shocked. I was like, that is the fucking coolest shit ever. You had this dude come into your house.
Not really. I don't really have an e-dick.
I have a story to tell you, and it's going to take about 5 minutes. So you feel free to cut.
Oh, go ahead.
But when I was talking to PlayStation, I'm talking to Xbox, and I've got all these other videos that I'm pushing around, and I'm talking to all these different people, and these people want this from me, these people want that from me, and a lot of people think YouTube's not a tough job, and I'll tell you, YouTube is not a tough job. It is not as back-breaking as this as doing construction work. It's not as soul-crushing as the service industry is. But it's a time-consuming job, and if you work for yourself and you have any ambition at all, you will work 24 out of 24 hours if it's possible. You won't stop. And so I'm working 60, 70, 80-hour work weeks. I know you guys too. That's the job. That is the job. You sacrifice your life to live and be this.
And even if you're not technically working, you're still pondering, okay, how am I going to approach my next video? You're still brainstorming.
And it's different because when you have a job, someone's telling you what to do for the most part, right? They're like, you got to go do that. You got to do that. There's no mental stress, no mental like work. And this, you're literally deciding everything, and everything's on the line, at all times. Like the stress that goes involved in this job, people don't understand.
And some of us have networks. Some of us have agents. I don't have any of that. You guys don't. I don't think have any of that. Nobody's out there fending for me. Every email that I get, I have to answer. Every tweet that I get, it comes to me. I don't have a PR rep. I'm not doing any of that stuff.
We're lucky. On this show, we have Jamie. She's our manager, and she's a huge fan of you, and she wanted us to tell you hi.
Hi, Jamie.
She's like a huge Boogie fan.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So to get back on point, so we get flown out to New York by PlayStation. It's one of the best experiences of my life. And we're at the 12th story of the Standard Hotel High Line in New York. And as you look, one of our entire walls is a window. and we got the curtains drawn, and we're laying in bed, and the lights are off, and you can see out the South Manhattan is our view.
Wow.
The Hudson River is our view, and you can see Freedom Tower. And I've never been to New York. I've never seen the Freedom Tower. We just finished eating room service. Yeah, I got ice cream, bitches. Deal with it. And that day, Sid Schumann had brought me my PlayStation, and I met all these people in the gaming industry. I met the lead designers of Naughty Dog, Yoshida, Jack Tritton, all these amazing, amazing people. Jeff Keighley, all these people that I love and respect. Some of you may not love or respect some of those people, but I love all of those people on that list. And I'm laying in bed holding my wife, who I just married 2 months ago. And I looked at my wife and I said, honey, I don't think I've ever had an ego before, but you better scoot over in the bed now, because you're going to have to make room for my fucking ego, because this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I have no clue how we've arrived here and how we've done this. And she's like, oh, you'll always be humble. I'm like, I don't think so. I think I am going to start eating my own shit by the spoonful as soon as we get home, honey. Yeah, you know.
I mean, I think all kinds of accomplishments or journeys or whatever, sometimes you'll just take a step back and be like, hey, this is pretty cool. Like, I remember being on top of, I forgot which hotel it was, but it was like a roof party in LA when I went to like play Call of Duty. Like, I got flown to LA, free everything, get to play Call of Duty early and record it and put it on YouTube and all this stuff. And I'm slamming back Jaeger bombs on top of this thing, and I'm like, this is pretty fucking cool. This is all from fucking playing Call of Duty. This is awesome.
When we did Billionaire's Challenge, we were at Elkie David's house. I mean, that was just...
To fill you in, Boogie, basically, Keem came up with this thing, and he worked with this billionaire dude named Elkie David, where we went out to his house, and, like, the top 6 Call of Duty commentators.
We had Freddie W., Woody's Gamer Tag, Wings of Redemption, X Jaws, White Boy 7th Street, Blade, and we basically I put together like almost like a TV show where they competed for a $10,000 cash prize to play Call of Duty. Nice. And that was awesome. Yeah. That was awesome. But I think the biggest thing that usually shocks us, right, is probably like when you see fans. Like when you're at one of these like PAX or something and fans come up. That's the wow thing for me anyways.
This one guy came up to me in New York. I met dozens of people in and out of the industry, and some of the people that were waiting in line in New York. But one gentleman approached me, and whose name I cannot remember. But you could tell he had a bit of an anxiety disorder, and he talked to me about that anxiety disorder while we talked. And I don't want to give away any of his personal information. I don't want to embarrass him, but he brought me a gift, and he brought me. It came in a little Nintendo bag, and there was this wonderful letter with it with Pokemon cards and stuff in it. And it was just amazing. And he's like, man, I'd love to give you a hug. And he hugged the hell out of me. And he's just a big guy. And I know it can't be easy to live in New York as big as he was. But, you know, because I was having a lot of trouble there. But he's half my size. But still, it was just one of the most mind-boggling. Well, we got it on camera. And I'm so glad that we did. And I wish I had that guy's number, because I would call him every once in a while, just be like, you are awesome. And that is one of the most amazing things in the world. You know, a lot of people worry about. I make jokes about, you know, eating my own shit and becoming egocentric, and maybe I will to some extent. But you know, a lot of people ask me all the time, "How do you put up with the stuff people say about you on YouTube? You fat sack of shit. You fucking piece of crap. You deserve to be dead. You'll die of a heart attack soon. You're worthless. You're full of yourself. All that stuff." How do I deal with that? The answer is simple. There's nothing you can say to me that I haven't already said to myself. I am my own worst critic. I think that everything I've created is a piece of shit. I think that I am a piece of shit, and I go to sleep every day thinking, you know, when you build something and you're a creative person, you work on it until it no longer resembles what was in your mind anyway. You walk away from it thinking, I put one of the biggest pieces of crap into the world, and it's my fault that it exists, and I fucked up. And no matter how much people love it, you'll never be convinced otherwise. That's what I think about my YouTube channel. That's what I think about me. I'm trying my best, but I always feel like there's nothing you can say. That video sucked. I know.
I have a different approach to it. I have a you wouldn't say that if you're in front of me, so I'm not worried about it kind of approach.
Here's my problem, right? Videos that I put a lot of time and effort into that are close to my heart will get shit on, and I'll be hurt. Videos that I just fling at the fucking wall will get tons of love and tons of views. Yeah. What is up with that?
I did a video recently where literally we had to leave the bar that we were drinking at, go home, and my roommate had to do something real quick. And so, because I was drunk and had like an extra 20 minutes, I crapped out a commentary, and people loved it. And it's just like, sometimes I think I ponder for days on what I'm going to do a commentary about, and it just gets skipped over. Whatever, another video. But then
that Google Plus video that I did that you mentioned at the beginning of the stream that went viral.
Yeah.
I was having a stress-filled day. I was miserable. I was like, I need to get something out. I'm going to have to cut off comments before I go to New York because I can't police comments while I'm there. I just need to put something out real quick. So I turned on the camera. I did it in one take. I didn't think anything of it. I just let it come out. I even stammered a few times, and then I screwed it up a few times. I didn't care. I was like, look, I'm turning off comments. Please fix this shit. This is killing me. And the next thing you know, 2 days later, I get a message from the Gregory brothers. They want to songify it. You know? Like, you never expect
Did they
like
songify it?
Yeah, they really did. It's I think it's called Thousands of Barack Obamas or something like that. It's a really, really funny remix.
We need to play that after the break. I wonder if we'll get a content ID.
Content ID. I was just going to say this. Actually, at the beginning of my videos, I do this thing where I go only use me blade. Like I do that, and I'm actually worried about I'm going to stop doing that for fear that Mario's going to come after me.
I just checked my YouTube email just to make sure that I'm not getting just like do I have any yet? Do I have any yet? Did I accidentally show like a fucking logo for something in the background? I'm gonna get fucked.
I was thinking about doing a video that I think would be hysterical if you were to like shoot a vlog and you're just talking about content IDs and all of a sudden like make them pop out on the screen like everything around you, like the Coke bottle, and that this is like copyright.
What's really funny is when the content ID comes in and you're like, oh, let me check this out. So then it'll be like 47 minutes into like an hour long of a Let's Play. You like click it and it's like, oh yeah, I definitely did let the radio go in that GTA video. Okay. And at one point when the first time I clicked on it, the radio was playing. And I'm like, that's the jam, and I started singing to it. And I'm like, oh okay.
The 30 seconds of this hour-long video goes all to you, Mr. Musician.
Here's the thing: from a gamer, from a person that does gameplays, or occasionally I'll do a Let's Play or something. I know better to have anything that I don't own. I feel fortunate enough to have the footage of me playing GTA or me playing Call of Duty, whatever, and just to be careful. But like, for these people that like make their own music, and because they upload it to SoundCloud, they get copyright ID on their own music. That's retarded.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about that, but this actually happened to us. My friends at WTF Brawl, one of my favorite YouTube channels, to do remixes like the Gregory Brothers, and I think they're as talented as the Gregory Brothers easily. But they do a lot of remixes of me, and we're good friends. They were at my wedding, just two of the best people I know. They created a video remix of mine called The Servers Are Down, which you may have seen. It's like close to 1 million views now. Their version of it has close to 1 million views. Well, I gave them permission. You know, obviously they wrote the song in the remix, so I gave them written permission to sell the song, so they uploaded it via TuneCore. And because they uploaded through TuneCore, we both got flagged for putting our own song on YouTube, and because TuneCore is trying to exploit this, and it's bizarre.
I just seen what was it called, 8poundweight or something.com.
Okay,
we're gonna have to check it out during the break, but at 8poundweight.com there was I'm saying it all wrong now, but anyhow, there was some YouTuber that was fighting with TuneCore on Twitter, and they wanted me to check it out, someone on Drumlord. But we're going to take a break right now. We're going to check that stuff out, and we'll be right back.
This is a beer from the Ugly Sweater Party?
Yes. We had an Ugly Sweater Party at the house. Have you ever been to one of those, Boogie?
I have, and they're fucking awesome.
I know, isn't it?
The fucked up thing is I spent about 4 hours before the party trying to find an ugly sweater.
This dude is stupid.
I'm not stupid.
He went to Target and to Walmart and to like all these places trying to find an ugly sweater, right? And he's with his roommate Josh. So they call me on the phone. They're like, "Dude, we can't find one. We went everywhere." I'm like, "You go to a thrift store. That's where you get. That's where
exactly."
But also, you have to remember, Keem. I'm a bigger dude. You know what I mean? I'm 6'3", like 280.
They're at the thrift store.
I'm just saying that they don't really have stuff in my size though, bro.
My friend Jason. God, I forget Jason's last name, but he came this year with a sweater that he'd made himself, and it was only a sweater by the most loose terms. But he had taken 2 skirts from tree skirts and cut them in half, and then he had like a 3D effect because he had like a reindeer stuffed animal that he cut in half and it came out of his shoulder. It was one of the fucking most horrendous things I'd ever seen in my life. I'm like, well, you win, dude.
So I called up Keem and I was just like, dude, I'm sorry. We went to all these places. We went to like chain stores. We also went to thrift shops. Couldn't find anything. So I'm just gonna come in street clothes, whatever you want to call it. And he was like,
No, I'm on the phone with him, and I'm like, you got to go to a thrift store. Yeah. And your roommate, Josh, he was like, I'm not going to a thrift store. That's for poor people. I'm like, dude, what a douchebag. Who says that? Like,
that's Josh, though.
Josh, I'd rather go to fucking Target.
Hey, Josh actually wants to be on the podcast.
Why does he want to be on the podcast? What's he going to talk about?
I don't know what he's going to talk about, but he's entertaining, though.
So, Boogie, just so you know, Blade is a drinker. Like, Blade's a partier, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he has a roommate, and he's had a roommate that pretty much isn't really into partying, right? So Blade's been kind of tame since he moved out to Buffalo. Well, now he's got a new roommate of, like, a young kid with a pretty good job and a lot of money who's, like, 23 years old that just wants to party all the time. So when he told me Josh was moving in, I'm like, dude, you're going to die.
I mean, yeah, pretty much. Like, it's fun though. What I don't understand though is that he'll go out and he'll party whatever, and then he'll wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and go to work for 12 hours. And I'm like, I remember working regular jobs, being hungover at work, and be like, fuck this, never again.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's because I'm getting older, maybe, that I would never.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. The hubris of youth, man. You can do whatever the fuck you want to, right up until the age of 25. Then it all starts going to shit. And I'll warn you, I bet neither of you are 30 yet. When you hit 30, it's a complete cluster.
I'm 30. I'm 31.
We're both 30.
Yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. It's
yeah, two-day hangovers, kids out there. If you've never had a 2-day hangover, it sucks.
Nobody will ever believe. Like, if you're like 19 to 25 years old, you will not believe older people when they tell you, like, when you get older, things are going to change. Like, you don't believe it. How many people have told you that when you were younger? You didn't believe it.
I didn't believe it when I was younger.
I'm like, I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel great. There's no stopping me.
When we were...
when I was growing up, I used to watch a show called 30-something. I didn't watch it. My mom watched it. I was aware of it. And it was about, people in their 30s and gripping with no longer being young and whatever. And I remember watching that show going, fucking 30-something. Who wants to watch a show about old people? Now,
right.
Now that I am 30-something, I'm like, fuck, 30 is young.
Yeah.
I still have my youth. I turned 40 this year. Not a lot of people know that. I'm scared shitless to be 40, especially because of the gamble I've taken with my body and everything else.
I just don't want to know. I just don't want to get old because I don't ever want to. I got Peter Pan syndrome. Like, it's actually a clinical thing, and I don't ever want to grow up. So that's why I don't like the old age.
Yeah, I miss high school every day. I'm like, man, I want to go back. I love that place.
I hated high school, man, but I got to tell you, my wife said that I may grow to be 40, but I'll still be 13. So
yeah.
Hey, I'm curious about your opinion on this. I fight on Twitter with this issue all the time, right? I'm 30. I'm 30 years old, and kids hit me up all the time, and they're like, dude, you're 30. Why are you playing video games? And it just... It's like the video games are from our generation. Like, we're the ones that grew up with
We're grandfathered in, bro.
Yep. You know the reason I'm playing video games at this day and age? Because when I was a kid and I couldn't afford shit, all I dreamt about was playing video games. And now I got a little bit of money, I'm playing video games with that money. That's all I want to do. That's 90% of what I want to do with my time. And I'll tell you something, kids. I've been out in the real world. I've done the real stuff. I've gone to the bars. I've hung out with the people. I've gone to the parties. I've done the shit. It's kind of boring. It all kind of, to me, by the time I got to 30, it ran together. It was all the same stuff. And I have some of the best friends in the world, and we have parties in my place. They tend to be gaming-centric, and gaming is the center of my job. It's the center of my life. It's the center of my people, and it's how I want it to be. And gaming is way more interesting than the real world, just so you know. Like the stories in Last of Us, fucking Left 4 Dead, fucking, BioShock Infinite. These are way more interesting than stories that you can tell at an office place, or
Right.
So of course I'm like, that's like asking me why I game is like asking somebody, why you reading books, bitch? You're reading books all the time. Because I'm exploring some of the most fascinating storylines of ever.
Well, it's true. Once you get older, right, and you start hanging out with your friends and stuff, you tend to find, like, okay, every time we hang out, we're just drinking and partying. Like, there's got to be more to life than this.
Yeah.
And when you get about 30 years of age, you've done almost everything. Like, you've done skydiving, you went to amusement parks, you've been bowling, you've been golfing, you've been boating, you've done so much different stuff. What new experiences can you experience? When the Oculus comes out, like, I got a dev kit. Do you have one?
I can't. No, do not. And I can't wait to have one, man.
Oh, dude, it's awesome. But those are the types of new experiences that I've never been able to have prior to now.
Anything that you do, whether it be like hiking or video game playing or any activity, obviously moderation is key. If you sit down and play GTA for 16 hours, of course your brain's going to be fucking mush.
Dude, if you play that for 16 hours and you go try to drive a car, you will see someone walking on the road and you'll think twice. You'll be like, wait. It happened to me all the time.
Dude, I told you about the time when, I was never really into Call of Duty Zombies, but I really got into Mob of the Dead. And at a certain point in the game, all you're doing is literally walking in circles, like trying to train the zombies, right? And after playing for like 2 straight hours, I basically went outside to get some fresh air, and I noticed that I was walking in circles.
Right after playing the original Grand Theft Auto 3 for a marathon session, I went out to get in the car to go pick someone up. And as I was driving down the streets of Fayetteville, I saw something on the side of the road and went, I bet that's a skill jump. Like, I should hit that. Like, that's legit going to get me. Like,
I see Suburbans all the time and be like, oh, it's a Granger. Do I need it? Does it have the guard?
This new GTA that's out right now. By the way, I think the best game, and we talked about this in the last cast, but real quick, the best game that's out right now, period, is GTA 5, and it's not even on the new consoles, in my opinion. But I was playing for a long time. I'm driving down the road. I see this souped-up car, like, coming out of, like, this convenience center, and I was like, dude, I want to steal that. Like, that literally went through my mind.
Yeah. And the difference is that you don't even have to be mature. You just basically need to be not an idiot to go. You might think that for a millisecond, but then you're like, oh, yeah, real life.
And then you laugh. You're like, wow, this is funny.
Like, that's one of the things that people always talk about. Video games lead to violence. Violent video games lead to video game violence. Let me tell you something. I'm pretty fucking susceptible. Apparently, McDonald's commercials work on me, right? So I play a lot of video games, and never in my life has it occurred to me to shoot somebody. Like, because I know the difference between right and wrong. Yeah. Like, that's one of the biggest things I love to hear over and over and over again is, like, video games breed violent people. No, violent people sometimes play video games. Yeah. Like, that sick motherfucker was likely to shoot somebody at some point anyway.
Without an Xbox.
He did find video games as an outlet. But at the end of the day, when it occurs to me to drive my car into a brick wall because I might be able to smash through it and get bonus points, I don't fucking do it because I have common sense.
And the thing is we don't know how many lives have been saved by video games. There's a couple different reasons. If you're a crazy fucker and you want to go shoot people, you might be able to get on a video game and get that out of your system. You know what I mean? Not only that, but how many kids, like in the 80s and 70s, how many kids were in gangs and stuff? Now kids are home playing on their Xbox. There's not that as many gangs as there were back then. So.
I don't want to, I don't want to bore your audience, but this is something I've been studying a long time, and it's something that really fascinates me. And violent crimes are down across the world. Violent crimes are down in the United States. And if you look back at ancient times, and you're going to have to forgive me when I say this, because I always get my Greeks and my Romans confused. When they built the Colosseums for the first time, that's when they noticed violence amongst the citizens and the civilians going to lowering for the first time. Because when they had a creative violent outlet like the Colosseums, like the gladiatorial battles, the same way we have today, Call of Duty or whatever, Battlefield 4, however you're exerting that negative energy and turning it into a creative force, it quells your violent tendencies. And that evidence is there over and over and over again. And I don't even want to bore anybody with the therapeutic aspect of gaming, because they actually now have begun to use therapy, video games in therapy. They tend to be specialized to deal with things that overall. But I can personally tell you that when I turned 20 years old, I was batshit fucking crazy. Like, certifiably lock this fucker up because he's a danger to himself and danger to other people, kind of crazy. And the way I work through that shit, the way I work through everything I've gone through, gaming. It's the therapy that when I've had a stressful day at YouTube, I fucking I go unwind by playing video games, and when I wanted to blow my fucking brains out in my 20s, I poured my heart into EverQuest and World of Warcraft. I can absolutely tell you, gaming saved my life. I will fucking tell you firsthand. And I'm not the only one. It's not anecdotal evidence. I've read it over and over and over again. There are cases upon cases upon cases and studies upon studies.
Even with the whole, like...
I started gaming so I wouldn't drink as much because the doctor pretty much said, stop.
There's well, not just that, but there's a lot of people that are like antisocial and stuff. Like they're going to school, they don't have any friends, they have no one to talk to. They start getting suicidal thoughts. They come onto like the internet and to games, and all of a sudden you're talking to someone. You can build friendships easier than being in person. Your guard isn't down. I mean, people say whatever they want on the freaking internet, and that's because they're not looking at someone face to face. So
I don't want to
preach.
Geez, I don't know. Yeah, I do. Apparently I like to
preach.
I don't want to give away anybody's personal information, but I got a letter the other day, and I'm only able to read a fraction of the messages and tweets and letters I get. But this one caught my eye, and it's one in 100 that I actually got to. And a guy wrote me on Twitch, who I very rarely ever check my Twitch info, but he wrote me and he said that how important my streams were, because I told him I may not have time to stream next week, and he said, I really hope that you do. And so I read the letter, and he basically went on to say that I have a lot of issues. I don't want to specify them, but I have a lot of issues that keep me from making friends, and I don't get to leave my house very often. And I've really enjoyed your YouTube videos, and now that you're making Twitch, you're streaming on Twitch, it makes me feel like we're friends, where I'm there and you're here, and you're right there in the room, and me and you are sharing this experience live, and you're reading my messages and you're responding to them. And he goes, it's very important to me. I hope you do find time to stream next week, and if you don't, I understand, but I really hope you do. It's important that you keep doing Twitch. Not just for me, but I'm sure other people out there feel that way. And it's funny, when I was on Woody's show last week, we were talking about that. We're talking about how personal it is, Twitch is, and how personal YouTube is, and how personable something like this is. And realistically, you'd be surprised, when I was at my loneliest, and when I had no friends and no one that gave a shit about me, how much I would have craved to have something like this. And gaming is what brought us together. It's what brought us together in this room today. It's what brings us together here on YouTube. It's what brings us together on Twitch. It's what brings us all together. Gaming, man, it's the cohesive force in the world. So yeah, I'm 30 years old, and I still rely on the best thing that ever happened to me. Fuck you, kid, if you don't like it.
I've had so many
Fuck
messages.
you, kid.
I've had so many messages with people that, especially kids that, because when you're a kid and you're going through relationship stuff, you don't really understand what's going on. You haven't been through the ringer. You've never had your heart pulled out of your chest. You know what I mean? So I've got messages from kids that have been dealing with that stuff, and they're like, thank God for your videos. Like, it was a way for me to escape a lot of this stuff. And just that stuff really pulls at your strings when you're reading stuff like that. I mean, it really, really pulls at your strings. But then again, it also... gives us, I guess, the confidence boost that we're doing something good. You know what I mean? As, get a real job or this other negativity that comes in. So
I think that whole get a real job thing is jealousy. That's because if you give anybody that likes to play video games the opportunity to make enough money to pay their bills and to put food on the table, why wouldn't you want to do that? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you want to do that?
What they don't understand is that, and I know what it's like for you guys out there. I know what it's like for me. I did this job for 4 years without a penny. And when I got my very first AdSense check for $104, I wanted to keep it. I wanted to frame it. I wanted to say, I finally got paid for doing what I love. Hot shit. But I needed to cash it so that I could pay the fucking rent. And now I have a little more money than I need. I'm very comfortable. My wife's very comfortable. We saved as much of it as we can. You put as much of it into the bank as we can, because you never know when this gravy train's going to derail for us. You never know when we're going to be. And I look at me. I can't go back to the workforce. They're not going to hire me. I don't have a chance, man. That's why I poured my heart into YouTube.
I'm actually interested. Like, the show True Hollywood Stories.
Yeah.
Like, they're probably going to do True Hollywood Stories on YouTubers in 15 years.
I'll be on it, baby. They'll be like, "Where's Boogie?" And I'll be like, "Here in this little pine box in the ground," because I fucking.
But they're gonna do it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I have some rumors. And I deal a lot with rumors and stuff doing the Drum Alert thing. But I heard that the new YouTube is gonna have no banner. All right, there's a YouTube update coming up, and it's gonna get rid of the banner. And I also
might as well have no usernames at that point.
I also heard that there's going to be a button where you can just cut your network off. Like there's going to be a button where it says, disconnect from network. So people can no longer be like locked into these long contracts. Have you guys heard any of this stuff?
No.
Let me talk about networks for just a second, because some of your users may not know what we're talking about. But YouTube came up with this idea not too long ago. I believe the station was the first one of them, and they're what they call multi-channel networks. And rather than YouTube handling all of your advertisement stuff, the network handles all your advertisement stuff. And it's a good thing, because YouTube is a very small crew of people, and it's very difficult to get a contact with them. Basically, if you sign with a network, then the network is going to handle you like an agent would, so on and so forth. So one of the deals with that is, just like an agent, they want a contract. And a lot of these contracts are going to have them getting a large portion of your income. They're going to lock you in for 2 or 3 years at a time. And one of the biggest perks that a lot of gamers signed up for networks for was, you don't have to deal with a copyright bot on YouTube. We are going to enforce copyright for you. We are the ones that will be liable, not YouTube. Yeah. That's changed. That's what this whole big thing has been about. That's changed for all the affiliates of multi-channel networks. So a lot of people don't want to be locked in, giving away 30, 40, 50% of their income to a network that is effectively doing nothing for them, since they're no longer protecting them from the giant copyright monster.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, I think of OwnWrecker right off the top of my list, are very, very upset with their networks, and very upset that they're locked in. Well, I was getting fielded by all the networks just as I turned 700,000 subscribers earlier this year. And I got offers from every network. Some of the networks, you wouldn't believe the signing bonuses and all this stuff. Well, we now know that this copyright stuff has been in the background for 6 months. And what can a network offer me? Well, they'll need to offer me a hell of a signing bonus. I can tell you that.
They can't offer you anything, because
I can tell you what they offer.
To play the middleman, they're going to take a portion of his funds.
Can I tell you what? Like, I'm with Full Screen, and like what he's talking about, the copyright stuff, I completely understand. There's no point of a network to protect me from copyright, especially on my channel where the copyright is non-existent.
Right.
But I have the deal with Full Screen where occasionally they give me these called gorilla ads. And it's like a little 10-second thing at the beginning of the video to promote something, and the CPMs are through the roof on all views, not just monetizable views.
Right.
And I try not to overdo it. Like, I turn a lot of them down because I don't want every single video to be some cheesy, commercial at the beginning. But
well, that's the thing. I act as my own agent right now, and I have companies that approach me all the time now, and they're like, "We'll pay you X amount to do this, to do that." And I've actually accepted a couple of these deals. People know this, because it's the only way I can get gameplay on my channel. Is I have to get written permission from these companies, and so most of the time that I've done a gameplay video, I've taken nothing, because all they've offered me was the rights. And at the end of the day, integrity. And I said this earlier, and I'll say it again. Integrity is 90% of my product, and of course I'm for sale. Yeah. If you got 7 figures in your pocket and you want to give it to me, if you got $1 million+, I'll say whatever the fuck you want, probably.
Yeah. It'd have to be something super outrageous for me not to accept it. You know what I mean?
But until then,
if you're like pro baby rape, I'm like, no, thank you.
You damn well better bet that it better be a product that fits, that I enjoy. It better be a game that I play and enjoy anyway. It better be an experience that I'm already going to fucking like, because I'm not going to sell out for $500. I'm not going to sell out for $1,000. I'm certainly not going to sell out for free. Yeah. So that's my big concern is networks. I'm afraid that I get pressured to do these deals that I don't want to do. I don't want to sell you fucking headphones and shit. Yeah. I just right now with the representative from SteelSeries sent me a nice pair of headphones as a Christmas present. And he's a fan of mine. He's a friend of mine. I talked to him on Skype. He's fantastic. And, I tweeted, hey, I got these cool headphones. They're neat. I don't want to get paid to do that. I tweeted it because I think they need headphones.
Can I put someone? Can I put a headphone company on blast real quick? And we'll probably talked about this before.
Go ahead.
But okay, so Astro Gaming, right?
Get blasted, Astro.
Okay, so listen to this show. My headphone history has been Tritons and Turtle Beaches, right? Always had that. Never had Astros. I always looked at him and said, "Damn, that's expensive," right? And so one day, Astro follows me on Twitter, DMs me saying, "Listen, we will send you one of our new headsets, just a different color. It's like orange or whatever. We'll send you a headset. You just take some pictures." I'm like, "You want me to take a picture of it and put it on Twitter, me wearing a headset?" Fine, that works. I'll do that. That's the deal with me.
Right.
And then I figured later on we could do other things. If I like the headset, I could do other things. I will tell you that right now. I do like the headset. It's a really, really, really good headset. Okay, but when I asked them if they could send me this kit that makes it wireless, because I'm used to wireless stuff, they unfollowed me on Twitter, so I couldn't have any more contact with them. 5 minutes after it wasn't even like an outrageous thing. I was saying like, "Thank you for the headset. I want to do a video about the headset. You don't even have to pay me or anything. I want to do a video about the headset because I like it. But I was wondering if you could send me the wireless $80 adapter kit." And 5 minutes later, unfollowed. I can't send direct messages. So fuck you, Astro. How about that?
I gotta tell you, a lot of that is a big part of YouTube, and every YouTuber does. And you said earlier that PewDiePie doesn't take money, and I believe you. I want to believe you. At the end of the day, I can't believe that eventually PewDiePie didn't get a check that got cut. That's like, look, man, we'll make a $10,000 donation to water.org if you'll play our game. I bet you 9 times out of 10 those people.
Because he'll be like, you'd be like, "You know what? I do like the game, so why not?"
Right, exactly. I mean, maybe he's integral enough to where he didn't do it for his own gain, but if, we'll make a $10,000 donation to your favorite charity. I'll play your fucking game, dude. That's cool. Yeah. Let's save some lives. Let's make a difference. But at the end of the day, that is a big core of YouTube. And that's one of the things that, I try to avoid it at most costs. I try to only get involved in projects that I already believe in, a product that I already use. Mountain Dew, I talk about Mountain Dew all the time. I used to drink it all the time. Now I drink Diet Dew if I drink anything. Mostly it tends to be water. But Mountain Dew's never paid me a fucking dime. If they offered me a check tomorrow, I'd take it because of all the free promotion they've gotten.
Right.
Dude. But I joke about Mountain Dew all the time because it's a joke, man. It's funny. But I mean, it's a perfect product placement because I'm already talking about it.
These chairs are amazing, and the company sent us the chairs, and they're making us. We don't get paid by DX Racing, by the way.
There's no promo code or anything like that. It's just
they're making custom chairs for us to have on this cast, and these are like the best chairs ever. Like, I love when you can find I don't know. Are you familiar with Scuff controllers?
Yeah.
We're not paid by them either, but actually you are. Aren't
I mean, I have a promotional code with them, but
naturally we want to promote stuff that's good. Like a Scuff controller is awesome.
If you've played Call of Duty with a Scuff controller and go to try to play it with a regular controller, you can't do it. It's like heroin.
One of the weirdest things for me, for the record, I've heard, by the way, that they are phenomenal. Yeah. I've heard it from several people. And you ought to get me 1 cent, some people. I would like some free shit.
Duncan, hook Boogie up. Duncan, hook Boogie up.
I'll call Duncan and get something.
But this chair that I'm sitting in is a piece of shit that I got from the secondhand store because I'm a cheap motherfucker. And also, for some reason, it hasn't broken under me in about 6 months.
Dude,
so that's a miracle.
Contact these guys on Twitter. These chairs are awesome. I love them.
Yeah.
But what were you saying?
I don't remember.
Damn it. We're talking about, I'll tell you one of the weirdest things about me is that not only since I don't have a network, I don't get offers like that, but the other reason I don't get offers like that is because I'm apparently one volatile motherfucker. And somebody, I'm not going to say whose camp it was, I'm going to say Microsoft, I'm not going to say Sony, but someone in one of those camps said, if you weren't so aggressive about the negative stuff, people would be more willing to work with you. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I got more than enough money right now. We're very comfortable. I worry about my retirement. I worry about the future. But, I mean, when you make a shitty game, EA, listen to me, EA, look at me right now. When you make a game like fucking SimCity, you're going to hear about it. And Blizzard, I love you guys. I love Hearthstone. But when you fuck up the Diablo franchise, you're going to fucking hear about it. And if I buy a piece of product that's a piece of shit from a store shelf, or you send me a product that's a piece of shit, and you know it's a piece of shit, I'm the last motherfucker you want to send it to, because I'm going to rip you a new one.
He was telling Nelson to his face, like, dude, I don't like that. I don't like this about this Xbox One. It was awesome.
Yeah,
that's why
I don't care. Whatchamacallit, whatever the company is, Infinity Ward, whatever. When they sent me to LA to play the Call of Duty, and I got back, when I was there, I was like, oh, this isn't that great. Don't like. I feel that they think that if they were to send you to a nice hotel with spas and big tit hookers and all this stuff, that you're gonna say that a piece of shit game.
You had to throw big tit hookers in there.
Yeah, and
I might call Call of Duty Ghosts a good game if they did that.
And that's the biggest thing. A lot of people are like, the reason you like the PlayStation 4 a little bit better, and it is only a little bit better for the record. I really like my Xbox One, but I also like my PlayStation 4 a bit better. And they're like, the reason, because they flew you to New York, they spent more money on you, blah, 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 blah. No, I like it because at the end of the day, I'm a graphics whore, and I can see the difference between Battlefield 4 on my Xbox and Battlefield 4 on my fucking PlayStation, and that difference is important to me. And I believe that since I don't watch live TV, PlayStation 4 is a better fit for me because I'm a core gamer and not much of a TV watcher. I don't watch live sports. I don't give a shit about those features as much. My wife loves them, and I'm glad we have both consoles, but I picked PlayStation 4 because it's a better fit for me. Yep. I don't give it. If Microsoft literally hired 100 hookers to come blow me, it wouldn't make a difference. It's, and the worst part about it is I think people like to pin that on me. They like to pin it on everybody. They like to pin it on everybody. Like, you're right. I am for sale. It's just nobody's offering that kind of money. When they do, you'll know.
And everyone's for sale, okay? If you think that you're not for sale, there's a number out there where you'd be like, well, I could use some stuff. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's for sale. It's just how you value yourself to name that price.
Reminds me of an old joke my grandfather told me once. He said a man approaches a very, very good-looking woman in a bar and looks at her and says, honey, do you think you'd suck my dick for $1 million? And she says, are you serious? $1 million? And he goes, yes, $1 million. And she says, yes, I think I would. And he goes, all right, would you suck my dick for $10? And she goes, no, what do you think I am, a whore? And he goes, we've already established you're a whore. Now we're negotiating.
Right? My take on the whole, I'm pretty much for sale except for the dick sucking part, and I'm not homophobic or anything like that. But the reason why I wouldn't do it, okay? And I'm not homophobic. If you're a gay out there, be a gay. It doesn't matter, okay? But for me,
he hates gays.
I don't hate gays.
Be a gay. I'm not homophobic, but feel free to be a gay. That's the weirdest way. Okay. Well, we're not going to get into equal rights boogie here, but go ahead.
Okay,
your story.
So the thing is, let's say a situation came by where someone's just for whatever reason, he wants me to blow him for $1 million, right? And $1 million is a lot of money to me right now. But what would happen if I were to blow him, and then later on down the line, I find out that Bill Gates is like my cousin or something. He dies,
or you win the lottery,
or I win the lottery, or whatever. To the point where I get $1 billion. Right? I know that seems far-fetched, but it's not as far-fetched as the story of a dude offering me $1 million to blow him. So if that situation were to happen...
I don't know, Blade, if I ever get paid.
So if that situation were to ever happen, there's a possibility that I could be like, dude, I pissed $1 million away in a weekend at Vegas. I really sucked a dick for that? Because it's all relative. You know what I mean? It's all relative.
I think if you're not gay, you won't suck a dick no matter what. It's practically impossible, right?
No.
There are stories though. There's stories about I watched this documentary on the porn industry, and during the documentary there was a segment about dudes that were like, I'm straight as an arrow, but I do gay porn because it pays better. But they say, outside of porn, outside of the porn, he's fucking girls. But in the porn, he's totally cool with the concept of.
All right, we're gonna talk about the Kinsey scale for a minute. I don't want to bore your listeners or anything, but the reality of it is, most people, it's not a black and white thing. Most people are somewhere in the middle, and you can Google Kinsey scale and learn all about your own sexual orientation and where you fall on the Kinsey scale.
I thought you were talking about the YouTuber Kingsley or something, the gay, the blade black dude.
But basically, what it comes down to is you'd be surprised that the majority of people, even though we're trained to not talk about it and trained not to actually feel that way, a lot of people do have bisexual tendencies. We see this in what we like to call bar lesbians. What is that called again? God, I can't remember. You see a lot of girls who could. Anyway, there's real social reasons for social economic. Fuck, that's not the right word. There's a lot of reasons that we tend towards the middle of the scale, and you'd be surprised at how many people actually do. So when it comes down to some of these guys, I mean, bisexuality is a real thing. Sexuality is a very complicated issue, and it's not as simple as straight or gay. A lot of people fall in the middle. A lot of people fall outside of that spectrum.
Like there's people that are in like the 95 percentile, which means that there's like this under a certain set of circumstances they could swing that other way. Doesn't make it bad, but just not how I roll. But okay.
You know, I'll be entirely honest with you, and this is a story I very rarely ever tell. I don't know how we got onto this topic at all, but when I was in high school, I had a gay friend who's a good friend of mine, and for some reason he was attracted to me, which is bizarre because I was not a good-looking kid in high school. Mm-hmm. But we got a chance to be alone one day. He's like, Steve, are you sure you're straight? And I'm like, I'm pretty sure. I'm really attracted to girls, and the girl I'm dating, I'm really attracted to her. And he's like, well, how do you know you're not gay if you haven't tried? And I'm like, kind of the same way you know you're gay. He goes, oh, I've kissed a girl. I know it didn't do anything for me. So I just out of the blue, I'm 15-year-old me, I kissed the dude. I'm like, well, I'll try it. And so I kissed the dude, and it did literally nothing for me. It was like kissing my grandmother or kissing a brick wall. And I'm like, sorry, Mike, it just doesn't do anything for me. And so I know
maybe
exactly
you haven't met the right dude
sexuality lies. Do what?
Maybe you just weren't into him.
That's actually true. But fortunately for me, I haven't met the right woman yet. I'm very attracted to my wife. She's a beautiful woman. She's the best thing that ever happened to me. So, but you know, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people call me racist because I make racially charged humor occasionally, and a lot of people call me sexist because I'm a cis male, and so they're right to say that because I think there's a certain amount of ingrained sexism that's in who I am, and I don't really fully understand all of the complications when it comes to homosexuality and transsexuality, and but I'm a big proponent for all of it just being treated the way other people want it to be treated. At the end of the day, I don't even really understand it.
I'm all for equal rights. I've always been for equal rights because it doesn't concern me. Like I don't understand these people that are like gay marriage. We have to stop gay marriage. Like I don't know a living, breathing person that I've ever talked to that supported or that was against gay marriage. Have you ever met someone that was against gay marriage?
No.
Oh, I have.
I've never met one person.
Oh, I've met dozens, man. I live in Arkansas, dude. Like I couldn't go out in my front yard and throw a rock in a random direction without hitting some dude that's like,
I'll tell you something, the gays shouldn't get married. Oh, it's the worst thing that could happen. Jesus will rain hellfire on this.
I don't fucking know. Like, it's crazy.
I've never met a person. But at the same time, like, I don't really understand how anyone could be gay because I feel like everyone else is like me. You know how we always like assume that everybody thinks the way that we do and feels the way that we do? I don't really understand like
I don't understand it either, but at the same time, do what you do. You know what I mean? As long as you can do whatever you want to do in this life, as long as you're not hurting me or physically or emotionally, whatever, hurting other people. If we can all be chill together, then I'm fine with it. Go blow dudes. I don't give a shit.
But then I got to put myself in their shoes. Like when they're looking at some dude that's like attracted to a girl, they're like, are they turned off about that? That's what I was curious.
See, that's what I'm thinking though. I think they don't give a shit. They're just like, okay, good example. What is that app on the iPhone called? Grindr. Okay, they made an app on the iPhone for that. If gay guys want to fuck, there's a gay dude around them, ping, 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 and they find each other and they fuck, right?
God, I wish I want to say, I wish there was an app for that when I was like single and stuff. I wish there was like a fucking app called Fatster, and like anytime there was a chick in the room that'd be willing to like blow a fat dude, like it went off. That would be the best thing. Like I have no standards because I don't know. I mean, you don't have, obviously my wife has standards, but I mean it's pretty rare that a girl at a bar would be like, I'm gonna climb that fucking mountain. But
if it literally doesn't affect me, and also if it did affect me, I'd have to look at myself like, why am I worried about? Obviously, I don't want to like be in the same room when it's happening. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that, but I wouldn't
probably want to film it.
I'm okay with that.
And also at the same time, it's a situation where I'm more annoyed by extremists than I am by whatever their position is.
I think Republicans continue to lose.
Alpha males are more annoying to me than just chill gay dudes.
I actually, real quick, I have a story to tell you, and I hope you guys, after you're done with this, you look it up. There's a video by Key and Peele that's on YouTube called, I believe, Homophobia at the Office. Have you guys seen this video?
No, I've not seen it.
Okay, basically, long story short, the premise is there's this outlandishly gay extremist. Now, I would like to reaffirm that I am certainly pro-equality and pro-choice, I mean, you can do whatever you want to. I don't really care. But this guy is a bit of an extremist. And so he's clashing with his office mate several times in the video because he's listening to gay music, but the gay music sounds like people grinding and having sex. And he's like sucking on a lollipop shaped like a penis, and he's got a whistle that's shaped like a... Anyway, so he's constantly annoying his office mate, and every time he annoys his office mate, he's like, you're a homophobe, you're a homophobe, you're a homophobe. I can't believe you don't want... It's like, let me show you a picture. Tell me if this picture is good for Facebook. And the guy's like, is it going to be a picture of your genitals? And he's like, no, it's a picture of my anus, you know. And he's like, oh, I can't believe you'd show me that. Well, you're a homophobe if you don't want to see pictures of my anus. And so at the end of the sketch, it turns out the straight guy, his boyfriend shows up, and he's actually gay. He's just not an extremist.
That's awesome.
And so the extremist, as they walk away, he goes, wait a second, maybe I'm not oppressed. Maybe I'm just an asshole. And I thought that was a really interesting point of view on it. And I found it a little offensive because it's difficult to not find it offensive when you're pro, you know, like equality. But at the same time, there are extremists in every. There's extremists when it comes to something very personal to me, the fat agenda. You know, thin privilege, the people complaining about thin privilege, and the people complaining about health that, you know, at any size. That shit's crazy. You people are crazy. That's extremist. There's no such thing as thin privilege. It's just called privilege, because being fat is a disability, and we're disabled. There's nothing special. 99% of all humans that ever existed were not our size. Okay? We're the ones with the issue. Don't put that issue on everybody else. We're the ones with the issue. Health at any size. There's no such thing as health at any size. I am fucking unhealthy. And if you're 200 pounds overweight, you're unhealthy too. May not have caught up with you yet. You need to get shit figured out. You know, don't be... Extremists are difficult to deal with in any area. But I know that there's a good point to it too. And I'm a bit of an extremist too. And I try to do it in all things in moderation. But yeah, extremism is difficult to deal with. You're right in that.
Have you seen this new thing called fat shaming?
What's fat shaming?
Oh my God, this is hysterical. Women are like having babies, right? And they're losing all the weight and getting in shape real fast, and they're posting pictures. And then like fat women are getting upset by it. They're like you're insulting us.
But I'm really mad at Joe.
This?
I'm really mad at Joe Rogan about that. If you don't mind me leading you again, I'll do it. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
But basically, there is a real thing called fat shaming, and it sucks. I've had friends in my life who will constantly belittle me because I'm overweight, and they're like directly attacking me. My friend Matt, God bless you, Matt. I love you to death, but I haven't talked to him in years. But he was afraid to touch me. He wouldn't shake my hand because he found fat people disgusting. And every time I would ever do anything, he'd be like, you should exercise more. You should do more. You should be more. You should do more. Constantly. Don't you feel bad about yourself? You should feel bad at yourself. You're disgusting. You're gross. Not much of a friend when he said shit like that, but he's a good friend in other areas. There's such a thing as fat shaming. Posting a picture of your success, of losing weight, posting a picture of being fit and promoting other people to be fit and healthy, that's not fat shaming. If one of my neighbors or one of my friends in my social group loses a bunch of weight and my friends say congratulations to my friend, that's not about me. That's not about me. I can't be offended by that. That's about him, and that's about my friends congratulating him.
Yeah, but
I should be congratulating him too. A woman or a man who gets offended by that stuff is narcissistic. And that's their problem. Their problem isn't obesity. It's narcissism. The world isn't about you, dude.
Yeah. I just saw that. I heard it. I can't remember where I heard it, but now that you said Joe Rogan, it must have been from Joe Rogan. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, this is crazy. There's no way people are getting offended because other people are losing weight and they're not. There's no way this is real.
I saw a Facebook post where this is what it was, okay? It was a girl, and it said, do you want to see the T-Rex? And then she takes her shirt and puts it over her head so she looks like a dinosaur. But she's got some big-ass titties, right? And all these people were like, oh, fucking skank, showing her big titties. And the person was like, yeah, you're probably flat-chested and you're mad at her for nothing. Like,
Yeah.
and I get what you're saying, though. Like, why... That is a pretty narcissistic stance to go, look at that skinny fucking person. They're making fun of me. That wasn't directed at you. That was saying, look, I fucking had a baby, and now I put in the hours at the gym, and I'm better.
And specifically, the image, and you can find it if you want to look it up. This woman had, I think, twins or something to that effect. I don't remember the exact details.
I saw it on Philip DeFranco.
Right,
I
but
know what you're talking
the
about.
image that she uploaded said, "What's your excuse?" And so, you know, she's saying, "Look, I had these kids, and then I lost all this weight, and now I look fit and good, and I've got abs and shit. What's your excuse for not trying the same thing for yourself?" And the problem is some people would take that as a personal attack. Well, my excuse is I have a bad metabolism. My excuse is I have an eating disorder. My excuse is I have legitimate reasons for not being able to do that. I'm disabled. I have legitimate reasons for not doing that. But I don't find that picture offensive because I want to be inspired. I find it inspiring. I look at that picture of that thin woman and I think, man, if I could live that life too, and it makes me want to try better. I'll never be as thin as that girl, but I might be thinner.
Don't you fear of losing comedy if you lose weight?
At the end of the day, I think I'm always going to be funny. I was funny when I wasn't fat, when I was a fucking
Shay
four,
Carl.
and I'm
Shay
hoping
Carl. Shay Carl. I cannot watch Shay Carl anymore. Shay Carl tells jokes and he's having a good time, and I'm just like, that's just a skinny guy. It was way better when he was fat. I don't know what it is.
Well, I'll tell you, if I lose that, and I would hate to lose it, we're fighting a much more important battle here. I'm dying. I'm fucking dying. I'm diabetic. I got lymphedema. I got venous stasis. I got fucking heart troubles. I got hypertension. I got all kinds of shit going on in my life. And if I don't overcome this eating disorder in the next year, it's going to greatly detriment the rest of my life if I survive the next year. So if I have to give up YouTube in order to be healthy, that's what I'll do. And if people can't be with me, that's fine. I believe that.
Have you thought about the surgery?
We've talked about it at great length before. My doctor can even touch me. I've got to get down to 450 pounds. That means I've got a great deal of weight to lose before they can even perform the surgery on me. So it's a bit of a clusterfuck. But we're trying testosterone replacement now, and I put on a little bit of weight because of the testosterone replacement. My doctor assures me it's muscle, and that as we progress, it will get better. But it had to get worse first. So we'll see.
Can I just say from somebody that the reason why I'm overweight is because I'm lazy. Like, honestly, that's the reason. Like, I went to the gym for a while and I was losing weight, seeing results quickly. It's just basically overeating, over partying, and it's laziness. Whoa!
What was that?
You snuck up on me. You had dead silence.
What happened?
Listen. I don't know. Sorry. My camera equipment just flipped out.
That was crazy.
Hold on, watch this.
How, like, that surgery thing, though? Like,
man.
I've heard of, like, people like Wings or whatever, like, they say they can get the surgery.
Yeah.
Does it just make your stomach smaller so you don't eat as much, you feel full?
There's a variety of different surgeries you can do. You can do the gastric sleeve, which sleeves up your stomach. There's a gastric band that sits on top of your stomach. And then there's the gastric bypass, where they actually cut part of your stomach away.
How did Kanye's last mom die?
Oh, is that how she died? I didn't know
She
that.
died from one of those things. I don't know if it was lipo or something. I don't know.
That, I got to tell you something. That's my biggest fear of the surgery. I'm afraid that, like, as cruel as part of my life has been, and as great as the last few years of my life has been, I'm afraid that the big fucking comedic joke that God has in store for me is on the day that I'm laying on that table, I'll fucking have a heart attack right then and there. I'll die as a complication of that fucking surgery as a last-ditch effort to save my life. I'm a corpse. That would be hilarious. That's the joke I would write. You know? I couldn't blame God for taking that comedic out, because that's a smart out.
Well,
good punch.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Hey man, this is a lot of fun.
We went way over, but that's fine.
Yeah, normally we keep it at like an hour at the most.
We're at like an hour and 40 minutes, but that's
right on.
I'm so sorry. I'm a chatty.
No,
if it's going good, we try to we'll go a little bit over.
We've had some guests on here that are great solo, like amazing when they make their own videos. But then they get up there and they feel like they're interrupting us. Where it's like, no, we want you to interrupt. We want you to interject your information because we're going to talk. I'm going to talk. Keem's going to talk.
I'm going to interrupt everybody. I always have been that way, and you got to interrupt me too.
Like,
well, I took a lot of debate courses, so I'm good at interrupting people. I'm sorry.
The funny thing about debate, you know what? Okay, I actually walked out of my debate class when I was, I think it was my junior year of high school. I walked out and went to the parking lot and smoked a joint. Okay, because I found out, basically I asked him, I was like, so you don't really care what the position is? You just care about how you fight the position? He's like, yeah, that's what debate is. I'm like, fuck that. I'm out. You're not going to tell me that it's like cool to like molest little kids or something, and just because I have to take that stance, I'm going to out lawyer you. Fuck that. I'm out.
These new changes for YouTube are very good for the people making the videos. They're very good for the people making the videos. I'm trying to have a debate with you. You're supposed to say, no, it's not. I was going to fight the argument.
I thought you were giving that to me as I want to make that argument and go. Like
I was putting it out there, to have the debate.
I was about to leap through this fucking TV and start choking.
Like that's the thing. Like, okay, I can never be a lawyer because I think there would be a situation where I'd have to fight for the rights of someone who I think is in the wrong, and I can never be a meter maid or like a tow truck guy, because literally your job is to ruin people's day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like $400 to get your car out because you parked in the wrong section of the street or whatever. You're basically just fucking over people's not even day, your week. You know what I mean?
If you guys don't know Boogie, his channel and all his information is in the description. So make sure you check out all of the sponsors. What
do we cover? Fuck Astro, fuck meter maids, and fuck tow truck people,
and fuck YouTube. And we talked about a ton of stuff.
Yeah,
and we talked about equal rights being a very complicated issue, but you should get involved because it's awesome.
Fag.
Peace.
Jokes. Jokes.